Virtual Playdates. And today we have our absolute favorite. It's Farmer Friday, presented by the Glass Barn at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. And today, because it is very, very close to Thanksgiving, we are going to talk turkey with an actual turkey farmer. That's right. We have David Ring here. He's an Indiana turkey farmer, and we're going to go live to his farm. And so I am so excited to have all of you here. Definitely drop your name in the comments. Let us know who's watching, where you're watching from. And another thing I want to know today is I'd love to hear what your favorite Thanksgiving dishes. So maybe you like cranberry sauce. We like cranberry sauce. We actually like it from the can, but my husband's grandmother makes something called cranberry ice, which is my favorite. So I want to hear what your favorite thing is to eat on Thanksgiving. And if it's turkey, you're in luck. We're going to go see those turkeys today. So let me bring my new friend David in. Let's see, David. And he is here. Hey.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
Good. So tell us, where is your farm located?
Okay, we are in southern Indiana, Huntingburg, Indiana. We're about 25 miles from the Ohio River, Kentucky. So we are truly southern Indiana. We raise turkeys. My son has done this for a couple years, and we've gotten into this sooner than I thought we would, but it's been a good venture for us.
So you're kind of new at this, it sounds like.
No, 8-10 years.
Okay.
We've had a little experience with it.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so in 8 to 10 years, you've been raising turkeys. How many birds? Do we call them birds or we call them bees? What do they like to be called?
Birds.
They don't like to be called dinner, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear them in the background. They're mad because I'm walking around here. They don't like people getting in their way, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah, neither do I. So I am like a turkey, and sometimes I laugh like a turkey too. Okay, so tell me, we're gonna all be eating turkeys on Thanksgiving, or a lot of us will be, and we've seen them in the grocery store. They're, about yay big, and they're in the grocery store wrapped in plastic. What kind of turkey is that we are all eating on Thanksgiving typically?
Okay, there's obviously two sexes, a male and a female. The males are called toms, and the females are hens. The hens probably the mature weight of a hen is probably 24 pounds live, and then they dress about 60 pounds actual. So what is there 60? That's 12, 14 pounds. That's a hen. That's what you eat at Thanksgiving or put in the oven. These toms that we raise are the male, and get to 50 pounds mature weight. So 60 pounds dressed out is 30 pounds actual when they process them. So you would have a tough time putting a 30-pound turkey in an oven, but that's what the difference is. These turkeys are processed and sold to different people. Our turkeys go to a company here in Huntingburg, Indiana, called Far Best Foods, and they sell all the white meat to Boar's Head Delis. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of that. So that's where ours go.
Okay, so when we see pictures of Thanksgiving turkeys, they always have I don't know, is it a wattle? What hangs down under their beak?
Well, that's just part of the structure of a turkey. A wild turkey has maybe I could. You want me to show them?
Yeah, let's see, because
Okay.
I always think Thanksgiving turkeys look, like the ones in the pictures.
Okay. This house has about 8,000 birds in it. I'm going to turn the camera.
Whoa! Hey guys.
Okay, this guy here coming up here is one with the beard that you're talking about. That's just part of the bird. Now, a wild turkey has a beard. I don't know if I can get somebody to turn here to show you. These birds don't have a beard. A beard hangs. Okay, this guy's mad at me. I'll show you.
They're very protective. You guys will hear that noise. Listen to it.
See how their feathers ruffle up when they get mad at you. And I just wanted to show the house because these turkeys are definitely not deprived of anything. We have air moving. 70% of the air is fresh air. I can't hardly 70% of the air is fresh air, comes in through vents. And there's 7 fans, 6-foot fans at the other end to pull air in. But what I'm going to show you, this is the water line that they drink out of. You can see a few of them drinking. That's the feed line. That's the feed line. So they don't have to walk very far to get feed. That guy's going to attack me. I'm going to step out. These birds are 18 weeks old and they get to about 50 pounds. We have some in another house here that are about 4 or 5 weeks old. They're younger and they'll come in this house when we move these. But the birds, the air is constantly changing in these houses. We have an alarm system. It's kind of like the ADT on home alarm systems. If something happens to a fan or it starts getting too hot, it calls us on our phones, and we have to come back and check out and make sure everything's going all right.
So you showed us the feed line. What are you feeding your turkeys? What kinds of things do turkeys like to eat?
Okay, I'm going to show. These are the feed tanks that they deliver feed in, and it's ground corn and soybean meal, grown in our county. Actually, is most of it, and it's fed to them. It's a protein. It's a high protein feed, and then they get to eat that. It's this house will eat in the last week a semi-load of feed a week. Each house, they consume a lot of turkey feed. Also, water. We're on municipal water, comes from Patoka Lake, but they drink a lot of water the last week.
Wow, that is so cool. So you said they eat, one house will eat about a semi load. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's about 20 tons a week.
20 tons. And I think you told me there's 8,000. Are there 8,000 in that house, or do you have 8,000 total? How many birds are you raising right now?
No, I'll open the door. This house has about 8,000 birds in it.
Look at those guys. They're so loud.
They like to talk to you when you interrupt them. They're busy eating and drinking, and they don't like to be interrupted.
That is so much fun. Hey, if you guys are watching and you are wondering something about your turkey, or about, maybe not necessarily about cooking it, but about raising turkeys, about having turkeys, please go ahead and drop it in the comments. We definitely can ask our farmer of the day about that. Let me see. I think I have some more questions that I wrote down here. So the turkeys that you have, the ones that we typically think of being for Thanksgiving, or not. It's the female turkey, the hen, that we're eating. Is that correct?
That's correct. The toms are they're so big that they're cut up at the processing plant here at Huntingburg, Indiana, and parts are sold to different companies. Actually, the livers and the gizzards go to Russia, and the claws actually is a delicacy in China. So,
wow. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, because we always hear that we're eating this turkey tom, and so we think about about that's what we're eating, but we are not eating the turkey tom. You said they would be way too big to fit into the typical oven.
right, correct. Yeah, that's
So,
a hen.
oh, we have a commenter here that says that he's thinking about getting a turkey or two as a pet. How do I break the news to my wife so that she approves?
My comment would be good luck. They get 50, after they get to 50, 60 pounds, they'll break a leg or something. That's just so heavy on their 2 legs.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy it while you can if you get it for a pet. We get them. we have a brooder house that we get them a day old. They're just hatched, and they're rushed to our farm, and we put them underneath heaters and things like that. And then they get to be about 5 weeks old, and they move into this house that I just showed you. But as far as a pet, well, good luck.
So I think that a lot of times when we think about birds, mostly we think about birds like chickens laying eggs. Tell us about, like, how big is a turkey egg?
Turkey eggs about 1.5 times the size of a hen egg, a chicken egg. It's a little bit bigger, but when they get them day old, they're called poults, and I don't know why, but young turkeys are called poults. Chickens are called chicks. They're about the same size. If you go into a store like Rural King or something like that, and you see all these birds there, they're probably less than a week old when you see them there in the stores, Rural King or something like that. But that's how they look when we get them, and then we keep them till about 18, 19 weeks. These are probably about that I just showed you are probably about 19 weeks old.
Wow. And they're ready to go and be
Monday,
sandwiches. All right. We
Mondays.
actually have two questions about sleeping, and they're different questions. So Julie wants to know, how do the turkeys sleep?
They actually, um, I probably interrupt. They won't, but they just squat down and they sleep like that. Like if you're standing and you bend your knees and go down, that's basically how a turkey they just sleep like that.
And do they typically sleep during the day, at night? Is it mixed? What's their sleeping pattern like?
Whenever you don't bother them, they're sleeping.
And
So
then Matt wants to know, he wants to know if eating turkey actually really does make you sleepy.
no, I don't think so. I've not heard that one. I've never heard that one. Turkey meat is very good for you. It's low in cholesterols. It's a good meat to consume.
That's fantastic. Do you guys have any more questions? I would love to pass them on to David today and see. Let me go back to my questions, make sure we answered all of those. Okay, so the female turkey is a hen, and that's what
Yes.
you typically eat on Thanksgiving. And the
Yes.
male turkey is called a tom. Do we know why they're called a tom?
That's a stumper for me.
We're asking all the hard questions today.
I really don't know. I'll find that out though. I guarantee you, I'll know next time you ask me.
So the tom is, if you guys have turkey sandwiches or Lunchables or things like that, that's what you're gonna find
Yes.
in your turkey.
Yes, these turkeys are turned into that stuff. Deli meats and things like that. Yes.
Now, I heard you say that you have the feed delivered into what are those called?
The feed bins.
The feed bins.
Yeah.
And so do you actually grow any of those, the corn or the soybeans on your farm?
Oh yeah, we have quite a few acres of grain, corn and soy.
Oh, oh no! Looks like we have a little bit of a.
The feed and delivers it back to the farm. So there's times where I'm sure our turkeys are eating our own grain.
So we had a little glitch there. So I think you were saying that you do grow it, and then what happens to it?
Well, we grow it, and then sometimes we haul it to the feed mill where they process the feed, and so there could be times where we haul grain in, and they haul our own feed grain back to feed to our turkeys.
Excellent. So Jamie says, can we see the turkeys again?
Sure. If I don't get attacked.
I want to make them talk. Hey guys, can you hear me? There it is.
How was that?
I love that. Okay, so are you raising one kind of turkey, or are there a lot of different types of turkeys? Because a lot of the ones I see in books are black or black with blue.
No, these are these are hybrid whites, they call them. That's mostly And years ago, they raised bronze turkeys, but these are just so genetically bred to grow fast, and that's the reason they're that way.
So Matt wants to know, how come the turkeys aren't flying away from you when you get in there?
They can't fly because they're too heavy. Now
Very
the young ones, when they get about 2 or 3 weeks old, they'll fly around in the brooder house a little bit. But these, they couldn't get a foot off the, well, maybe 2 feet off the ground at the most. But they're just too heavy to fly.
So with that weight that they carry, are they fast runners, or can you catch one very easily if it got out?
If well, they know if you could leave this door open, I go in and out of, and they wouldn't go out because they know they got it made inside with food and water and everything right next to them. But they can run pretty good on the ground for a while if you try to catch one. But they, they're just a big bird.
Do so you have males, so they wouldn't lay eggs, but where is there a turkey farm nearby where they have hens that lay eggs?
Well, funny you should ask that. Over around Vincennes, Indiana, which is west of here, probably what, 50, 60 miles, they have an area where they have a lot of, they call them hatching flocks. They have the toms and the hens together to get fertile eggs. And then they take the eggs and put them in a incubator, and then they hatch them in the incubators. But yeah, in Indiana has some, most of our birds come from the Carolinas or St. Louis, or not St. Louis, but Missouri has a bunch of hatching flocks, but there are some in Indiana, yes.
I wonder why we don't eat turkey eggs the way that we eat chicken eggs.
You can, but I don't think you could afford them.
Ah,
they have to have them to reproduce.
so chickens maybe reproduce faster and more economically for that purpose. Oh,
Yes.
Mina has a good question. She wants to know, are turkeys and chickens friendly with each other?
Probably not. These big turkeys don't like little turkeys. They'll attack them. They're not nice.
Kind of like geese. I think we can all
Yeah.
relate to geese. And
Yeah.
so when you tell me that
Yeah.
the turkeys would get you if you weren't careful, I thought about geese.
Well, if I would go in this house and showing you the picture of them, stand still, they'd come up and they peck and pinch you and everything else. They just want to get you out of there.
Wow, very territorial.
Yes, very territorial. Yes.
Excellent. So is there anything else that we should know about turkeys today?
Well, I think we pretty much covered it. We appreciate everybody eating turkey to help our business grow.
Lauren wants one more time. Can you tell us, where can we buy turkey that's grown from your farm?
Boar's Head Deli.
Boar's Head.
Delis. Yeah.
Excellent. So when you guys see Boar's Head, you will know that those turkeys could have been raised right here in Indiana on David's farm. Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, for showing us. I have never been to a turkey farm, so this is very exciting to get to go virtually to your turkey farm right here in Indiana and fed with Indiana grown soybeans and corn. Very cool. Well, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you get to enjoy a turkey that's not from your farm this Thanksgiving.
We will. We're having a family get together. It's kind of a strange situation, but we are.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and maybe we'll see you next Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, that is our friend David Ring. He has a farm in southern Indiana where he raises turkeys, but these are the toms. And believe it or not, no matter what you've been told, at Thanksgiving, you're probably, I mean, some of you might be, if you caught it on your own or something, you're probably not actually eating a turkey that's a tom. You are eating a turkey that's a hen, which is a female turkey. And our friend David showed us his farm today. If you missed that, then make sure that you come back and watch on the replay. And if you have any other questions, drop them in the comments and we will do our best to get the answers for you. But going into that turkey house is amazing. The sounds that these turkeys make are awesome. So make sure you share this with a friend, and don't forget to come back for our next Farmer Friday. We will be posting another one soon for you. And no matter what you're doing this week, please enjoy it.